Hey everyone, it's Tuesday night again. You know what that means, don't you? It's time to join Mike and Christy for another episode of Where's My Sage? A show hosted by a psychic medium and a guy on a quest to find Bigfoot. Who would have thought? Together, they will take you on all sorts of adventures, and not with lots of different people. Christy even gives readings. It's time to sit back, get up and get ready. You can't sample the universe sitting down. Your hosts are waiting. Come on, let's go!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Where's My Sage? I'm Mike with my wonderful co-host, Christy London. Christy, how are you doing this evening?
Good evening. I'm well. How are you?
Not bad. I actually unmuted myself, so we were definitely rocking that right for once. Things they're coming along. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here, and we apologize for, bouncing around and getting the things out. Doing the change of venue. We're over on YouTube now.
Yeah, I'm waiting
exclusively.
Waiting to see. I just posted something on my Facebook page and said going live soon on YouTube. So let's see who comes over.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get a message from my mom. Are you on Facebook?
Hey, we warned everybody that we were going to make the transition, and they can come hang out if they want to hang out. And, we already showed, Joe from Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group was here right away. He had a great show. Yes. Last evening with Larson and with Leon from Bigfoot Okanagan. It was a good show.
It was. I listened to it for a little while.
Yeah. Generally get into the Bigfoot stuff. So, and Melissa. Hello.
Hello, Melissa.
So tonight we're kind of coming to you from the three YouTubes, from Christie's and Where's My Sage, and of course Tactical Bigfoot Research. That's where we're at. We've got some announcements.
Do you even know what to do with yourself? You don't have like 8 other things to say. It was like boom, boom. Oh,
it's easy, but we're still, you can still find the live audio over on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, and almost all the major podcasters now.
All the major podcasts.
We went over to Anchor for a little bit, but we kind of transitioned back because we're getting ready to kind of join back up with some friends. Got Mel look at us here. I'm actually going to move her to another spot for today so she can stare at us from over here.
Who, what? What was that? Who, what?
This picture of Mel. She's the last autograph I got of Mel, our friend Melanie from Naked and Afraid. So I need to put that in a little safer spot. So for some reason, these pictures, you use those rapid hooks, the non-sticky things. They tend to fall off my wall for some reason, no matter what prep you do.
If you use anything non-sticky, it's going to fall off your wall. Duh.
No. The what do you call it? The hook. You know what I'm saying? The
what
reusable.
The hell?
I know. So we've had a couple.
Hi, Colette.
So what's that?
Whatever.
I can't even think of the name of them. I got a drawer full. When I had the other toolbox here, and I could just go through my toolbox.
Is it glue dots?
No, they're not glue dots.
No. It's not the blue gummy stuff, is it?
No, they're the hooks. You pull the little the non-stick. I'm gonna go look. They're in the
command strips.
Yeah, command strips.
OMG! Are you freaking kidding me? Don't you ever?
People got it.
Ever bust my chops about forgetting word ever again.
I have had
these stretches.
It's been my kind of day today. I had some guy walk up to me and he's like, "Hey, we went to school together 20 some odd years ago," and I'm like, maybe.
Good face.
Yeah.
All right.
And,
did you actually make that face when?
Yeah, it was probably that way. Yeah. I mean, it was a strange day. Yeah. So, but the last couple of weeks have been busy for both of us. I mean, we've had a lot of things going on. And we're going to get into the readings and some other stuff. Folks, please share, like, and subscribe. Let your friends that know that hide over on Facebook and going, where are we? We're over here now.
Right.
So you've had some excitement, and when you get done with your stuff, I'll kind of talk about the last couple of weeks for me and what's going on. And
we're not allowed to talk about some of the excitement. We're not allowed to say anything yet. I'm not allowed to say anything.
About everything?
Well, what are you talking about?
I don't know. You had some events. All right, then we'll go into my event. So this weekend,
well, wait. We did get to do something together.
We did. Yeah.
We did. It was fun. It was fun. Okay, so Joanna Toriano does a show, and she is a family friend. What are you laughing at now?
Jen. No, we're not ending the show. We're not getting a divorce. That's the pleasure of her being in one side of the state and me being the other. So we can keep doing these shows.
Right? Although I have been tempted. It's too much fun to smack him around and to just beat him up a little bit, though, too. He takes it too well. So, yeah. So we actually got to be in the audience, and I've actually been on the show myself a couple of times for Spectrum, and it was Time Warner when I was on it. But Joanna Toriano with Spectrum One, I think it is now. It was Time Warner One before. Has a show, and it's one of those local stations through the bigger network where you can rent or pay to have your own show. And so she had some healers on and asked Mike and I to come and be in the audience.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Joe
tried.
says
we don't have to try that hard.
We go. No. Sheasley's being Sheasley.
Love Sheasley. So yeah, so we got to sit. We watched. It's always cool to go see other people do the same things we do, right? Because not everyone does everything the same, and everyone's journey is different, and their stories are different. So Joanna had asked us to come and actually, just be in the audience, and it was really nice. Actually, she's been asked after us for like a year and a half to be on the show.
Yeah.
As Where's My Sage? So we have to do that.
COVID kind of got in the middle of
that. It really did. Actually, it's been 2 years, right? Because it was during COVID. We were going to do it.
Yep.
But yeah, poor Joanna. We just haven't scheduled it. But anyway, so yeah, it was really cool. So we saw first she had a sound healer on, and what did she use? They were the sound bowls, right? Rachel.
Yeah.
With the sound bowls. And then Jen Belcoda with the Reiki. Mm-hmm. And I will never forget her name. Onyx. Cool name. Yep. All these ladies were really nice and really cool to talk to. So we had a good time. It was an extended session, which was even better, so Mike got to participate. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put up the pictures. Shit. Oh, my bad. Where's my ticker?
Language.
We're on YouTube. It doesn't matter now. I don't want to hear it.
No, well, it still matters. But we still got all the audio stuff that's out there, but it's still not so bad. So, once we're here, we'll get that one up. I'll put a little occasional there. That's done. Entertainment purposes. That's done. Subscribe, share.
We're just going to cover Chrissy's ass all the way around.
Yep. Oh, now I got to go back here again. All right. So we're here on Tuesday nights. We're getting spun around again. So...
You know what? I don't want to hear it.
All right. We got to see Tim Shaw.
Tim Shaw works there. He helps out with the cameras. He actually was doing some work. He had his shoes on. For those of you who know Tim, or don't know Tim, I should say. Tim is retired. He is a medium himself. He is an awesome paranormal guy. Been in the field many, many, many years. Oh, listen, Max. Listen, I'll clean up my mouth if you cook me one of those gourmet dinners that you like to make.
That he does.
Deal? Right? Deal?
Oh, no, I can see. Whew. I changed up some of the settings on my thing, and I couldn't see half the
Stop clicking buttons. We've had this conversation. You cannot just go click, 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 click,
Tim
whenever you feel like it.
Shoes in off-road there. He had wearing Crocs. I mean, so we got to make fun of him that.
Yeah, he was...
Zoomed in on what looked like a bald spot,
I know. I gotta post. I'll put the pictures up on our page. Don't worry. We'll post the pictures. We'll post them on Where's My Sage on Facebook. You guys can see them there. Yes.
So
awesome. Well, Max, if I'm ever invited to go out with the boys into the haunted woods, then it's a date. It's a deal.
All right. Colette threw a little thing in there, and then I'll get into what I've been running around doing. Just wanted to tell Christy they got rid of the nasty spirit that was in work. It affected the security guard, and I had to do something about it. Got rid of it the next night. All is calm now. That's sweet.
Thank goodness. Awesome.
Especially,
good job.
When we talk about old
Good job.
buildings here, Colette's over there in the UK, and her buildings are a lot older than what we're going into.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome, Colette. I'm glad to hear it.
Yes, these are our kind of days.
Yeah.
Joe, I used to be medium, now I'm large, but yeah.
I love
been hanging out with Steve Coles, that's one of his jokes.
Oh, that's funny. So so we got to do that. That was fun. That's always a good time to hang out with Joanna and be on her show and participate. And yes, you have to check it out. If you watch Spectrum, definitely go on and check it out.
We will definitely throw that link up when that shows up. You have an event.
I forget what month. Did she say what month it's going to air?
I think November. She had them staggered out coming up in the next couple of weeks. So
okay.
I think she was going to send an email out. Now you've got an event this weekend that you're doing. So let's put that up quick.
This was last minute because I had something else that was going to happen that was major that I had to be around for. That happened, but I'm not allowed to say what it is yet. It's killing me. But I was able to participate in this after all. So this is going to be on Sunday. This is actually an extension, the same group that put on, and the same
for those that are listening by audio, what is the event? So
gosh, Michael. Okay, sorry for all of you who are listening. We are talking about the Banshee Psychic Fair in Buffalo, New York, and it's going to take place at 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 23rd. It is an extension of the Statler City Hotel Psychic Fair that we can no longer do at the Buffalo Statler Hotel because unfortunately it's under new ownership and it's just not what it used to be, and we can't get in there anymore to do things like this, at least not right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that in the future. But that's where I'm going to be on Sunday. It's amazing. It is going to be on a smaller scale because the Banshee is a bit smaller, but it's still I have not been there yet. Connor Hawkins and Dan Class are running it. And they are the same duo that ran all the Statler fairs as well. And it's going to be a great time. Connor actually owns the Banshee, and I cannot wait to see it because I have not gotten there yet and I feel awful. But the pictures are amazing and he's done wonderful things. And I've heard really good things about the food. So I might have to have a meal there while I'm there.
That's that one.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. So come out and see us. There's going to be, I think Dan sent around 8 or 9 vendors. It's going to be good. 1 to 6. It's only $5 to get in, you guys. So it's really cheap. Come on out and spend. And just for all you Buffalonians, they did this on purpose. It is a Buffalo Bills bye week, so you don't have to worry about missing a game because you know darn well I would not be there if the Bills.
They're gonna start losing anyway. So
you just don't like football. You're a hater.
They beat Pittsburgh there 2 weeks ago.
Hater.
Kind of ruined everything.
Listen, man.
All right. So, wow, I'm totally clicking on the wrong things here. You also have this event coming up. I'm going to go over my events once you get done with yours. So you have another workshop coming up.
I do. I had so many people. I can only do 9. I can only have 9 people for this at a time. So I did have some people who wanted to do it that could not make the last one. So I'm going to hold this one. It'll probably be the last one before the holidays that I will do, at least online, for the spirit guides. So Meet Your Spirit Guides online workshop. We will learn to connect with our spirit guides. Who are they? What are they? What do they do? How do you know they're around? And so on and so forth. We will even do a meditation, hopefully 2, but we kind of ran over last time. So it'll be fun. So I have, as of right now, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6. I have 5 spots left, 5 or 6 spots left. So if you want to sign up, it's only $25. It's not that, not that much. And it's a good time. The other one went really well. So I was really pleased and got some really good feedback. So it'll be a good night.
Okay.
All right.
So Colette's got another follow-up. I just want to go ahead and hit that before I bounce in. So from Colette, so you were right when you gave me the reading a few weeks ago about the spirit being not so nice. So
Aw, well, I'm
we
sorry I was right, but I'm glad you figured it out and you're able to take care of it. Aw.
So we always appreciate that validation,
Mhm.
on stuff and, get stuff back to Christy. And again, like I said, folks, please like, share, subscribe, share it with your friends, the show and where we're going. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks. So I spoke at the Whitehall Bigfoot conference, and I'm gonna put that back up, Master, for the banner again. So let me put your banner right back up again.
Oh, it's a workshop. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you can also find this for anybody who wants. You can find it. It's posted on all of my pages on Facebook. So, and if you can't remember, just call. You can just Google me. My number is public. It's all out all over. So you can just get a hold of me, and I'll give you the info too.
And we'll need to get that up on the Instagram as well. So
yeah.
So went up to Sasquatch calling contest in Whitehall, New York. And Steve Calls, the Squatch Detective, was there. Emily from the Forest Fleur, Alexander Petikoff from Small Town, and we had Alex on as a guest.
Wow,
see Paul Bartholomew. The man is amazing. Got to go to his house and check out some amazing stuff. He's got stuff from the Warrens, if you're into that paranormal stuff. He's got a lot of the old Bigfoot stuff. He's friends with the guys that do the Star Trek museum up in Ticonderoga that I need to get up to, which is like a whole Enterprise bridge, like right down to the thing. Lots of Bigfoot stuff, lots of Champ stuff. I moved everything around on my desk here the other day, and
you cleaned it.
Yeah, I dumped more stuff on it, more of that.
I understand that actually. Every time I clean it, I get more piles.
Yeah, just put more piles on it.
Yeah.
But Paul gave me a couple of books, a couple of his new books that I needed to read.
Okay. You're going to be busy.
Levi was another from Forest Florida, helps Emily out. His book, he's actually up working with Doug, so we got him one of the UV things.
Nice.
Then we got out in the woods with Alexander and his brother and Steve, and we got up and went up to one of my favorite places and got some great stuff. Got some thermal. Got either a bear or a moose on it.
Michael,
what?
For those who are only listening to this, what is one of your favorite places?
One of my favorite places.
You said I get home.
I got up to. We went up to. We were in the Adirondacks. We're in the Whitehall area. There's an area near Buck Mountain that is a very important place.
Yeah.
I had a research partner was part of Nestra. One of the last places I got to go to. He was time is awesome, and go up and pay respects. But Steve had his sightings up there. And while we were there, of course, Alex is filming for more of Beyond the Trail of, and I'm going to throw the link in there. So there's actually a brand new Beyond the Trail of.
Yes.
It's the Adirondack Beast, Bigfoot Beyond the Trail. It's the Whitehall, New York Sasquatch episode. So it got out with Alex, with Steve, the one night, and his brother and Cherry and stuff, and we got up into the mountains. So we got some stuff on thermal. We think it was a bear, but it was kind of good to get a couple of thermal cameras going, night visions going, and really show people that even with the night visions, even with the thermals, you're not always getting it. And I'm chasing Steve through the woods because he's using night vision and not picking things up. We did do a scat sample. You got to go and watch. It's almost as good as my taste. Almost as good as my taste like chicken with Matt Larson in Florida when I'm picking through the jawbones. And the next day we got out with Paul Bartholomew, and there's some video of the Sasquatch calling contest. So it was a good time. But I got to explain to folks this little dingly dangly thing for
little dingly dingly thing
looking for evidence. This particular one's only 12 foot. No, it's 12 foot of paracord. So usually I run around with you know, a bunch
You have
of
so
this
much
stuff.
crap with you whenever we go anywhere. I can't keep it all straight.
Yeah. Anyway, this one's got a ring so you can thread things through or put it on a stake it out. So if you find a footprint, a track, a hair, or whatever, you can do what we call a circle search. And I'll be putting some videos out on that. I've got them with tape measures. So you can actually look for evidence. So all these folks that go with the woo and, oh my God, it disappeared. This can allow you to kind of look through things a lot better. We use it in search and rescue. And it's a simple thing, and it's in cordage. So it's safety stuff. So you can document. And I did a lot of talking about a lot of documentation when we were up there in Whitehall and how to really get things down. Had some technical difficulties, so I looked like a magician pulling stuff out of my hat. It was a big box. So, yes, Max, there's so much gear. Yes, I will sink a kayak. That would be another video that you can see, and then we can with Mr. Larson.
But it was really good. I watched it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were,
and I didn't wear this thing, so I didn't look like a minion walking around the woods. But this one's got this one's got a camera in it. So
that's pretty cool though.
Yeah. So we hit that. So please take a look at Alex's production there on Small Town. Seth and the crew and Alex and Mark. We've had them on here. Those guys awesome. They're awesome. They really want to look for answers, and if they don't find anything, they don't find anything.
Right.
And it was really good. I actually handed Eli from Small Town Monsters, because Paul had some old audio cassettes, a tape deck, because he's like, how do I get this stuff off? I'm like, you need one of these,
Of course you had one. Whatever.
And of course, that was just it. The tape recorder came right on. Out of the back to his Jeep. Ran back to the Jeep, got one out, and away we went. Those poor guys did not know what to expect in my Jeep.
No.
2 days before the
Mike's
event.
magic box of tricks in the back of his
2 days before the event, I buy this cordless, Bluetooth speaker. This is what got the speakers through, because the system they had broke. So literally, they're like, what is Mike going to pull out of the car next? I'm like, I don't know. We ran off my wireless stuff. But the event is awesome. There's some amazing folks there. I got to meet Jeff from Strangeology podcast. He's got some awesome stuff. It was just a great time.
Right.
This weekend, if you are in Western New York, and Mel, I saw you just pop in there on Saturday, is the I Saw Bigfoot, the Chautauqua Lake Bigfoot Festival down in DeWittville, New York, out on Chautauqua Lake. Peter Weimer runs that, and Peter puts a great event on. That's the reason I ended up here, and I'm sitting here today, is because I met Steve, and which put me onto the paranormal thing, which got me going to Hinsdale's, where I met Christy. So that event is awesome. Steve speaking, Seth from Small Town Monsters. Yeah. Seth from Small Town Monsters is going to be speaking, and Dr. Meldrum. So you guys that watch all the Bigfoot shows and everything, Meldrum will be down there speaking. It's a great family time. I've taken my nieces and nephews down. The family has gone down for that event, and it's just a great time. So occasionally Mary will pop in, Mary Roller. We've done some research there. We found some prints on an expedition.
Wait, what did you say? Occasionally,
Mary Roller is her name. She'll pop in our podcast. She pops in a lot of Steve's. She's got some property down there that we went and checked out. That was kind of cool. And our friend Stacy, and we found some prints, ones that I actually said, wow, This is the right size. And I think Joe from Western New York Bigfoot said he was going to kind of swing down. So it's a great family event. There's Paul Mejia from the BFRO will be down there speaking. But it's a good time. They do a little town hall, kind of thing. And it's this time of year, guys, it is a pretty area to go.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So we've been out there. We've been doing some, some speaking engagements. We've got some of this stuff going. I will be putting some evidence videos out, or maybe hopping on one of our off nights to kind of go over, some folks have asked me more data collection stuff. So that's where we're at. We are back. You're going to see us a little more often. We're finally getting some set schedules where we can be around a little bit more often. So
yes. So
we said we were going to do some readings tonight, I think.
Sorry.
And yeah, it's okay. Colette's going to come join it. You got to come let us know you're here. You can make it over to the States. So
I know you have to. We have to meet you. You have to come.
Yes.
So I need some chapstick because, for all of all you people out there that know me, I love my chapstick. And I've had people yell at me over the years to get away from the Carmex because I've been using that since it came out when I was a teenager. And so I've been using the Burt's Bees. So I got this really, really interesting gift from my partner the other day who thought he's going to be a funny man and help me out with my chapstick addiction. Here it is.
Because she's always got a potty mouth.
And I just cut my mouth clean. So Max owes me a gourmet meal in the woods. I don't even know how that sounds. So there you go. Chicken poop. So we're going to open this up and we're just going to see here. Now this is kind of, hold on. I have to do, this whole thing because, that's the point of life that I'm at. So it says free range chicken poop, lip junk, all natural cosmetic moisturizer, contains no poop. So Grandpa says, if you got dry lips, put chicken poop on them so you won't lick them.
Yeah.
I'm so not even going to go down any other road with that in any way, shape, or form. Or you're going to have to make a whole new ticker for me. My bad. So, all right. Here it is. If this does something funky to me, I'm going to kill you. You know that, right? Look at the face. Look at the little smile he's got on his face.
Yeah, well, Max has got a great one. Literally potty mouth.
All right, here we go.
Where's Larson?
Oh, hey, his avocado, beeswax. All right, this is good. You did good. Well, we'll see.
Well, chickens eat that stuff before they poop it out. So, I mean, that's, maybe not avocado so much.
I can't even. It smells like Pledge. It's like lemon.
It's a wax.
All right, let's see. Are my lips turning brown? No, but there was a fuzzy on my.
I'm waiting for the microscope
to
work up.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, I'm good. Trying to smell it. You guys all do it. You do it.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Okay, this is not bad. This is like a lemony. You did good.
Well, when you go buy your chickens at Central Tractor. I'm trying to get the microscope to work because while we were at Paul's, he actually has some hair samples there from the supposed to be the Chinese year-end. So chicken made fudge in a tube.
Oh, dude.
Leave it to the Bigfooters.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. That's so funny. Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, all right, you did good.
Hey, Pat, he's trying not to get in trouble with the spousal unit. That's fine. We can, Pat. We can get a hold of the other half there. She watches as much as he doesn't get. We'll get him in trouble. So,
yeah,
we haven't done any readings in a while. Anybody got a question for Christy tonight? And we're getting close to the Halloween season, so
we are. Where's
your favorite creepy spot?
Are you asking the chat or are you asking me?
The chat. What's throw in the chat, man? Let's know what's going on.
I know.
We haven't thrown this out. We maybe once we get some little interaction here, we'll throw up a link for somebody to come join us.
Or even if you want to just you can ask a question and I can I can give you a short reading, or if you want to. Ooh.
Have either of us had an
Hi, Ken.
alien experience? That's from 10.
So Damon, oh, you go to Damon? Oh, so you're from my area. Actually, it's funny because
Just going to college inside the fence? Oh, that's Duville that's inside the fence, not Damon.
Yeah, I don't think Damon's in the fence, but I haven't been there.
Duville's in the fence, not Damon.
Yeah, Duville has a huge fence around, but that's okay. All right, you get points. You're not from Buffalo. You get points on that. That's all right. You can do good. Is the woo all the energy? I know. You know, as soon as you said that, I'm thinking we have like the majority of Bigfoot people.
Is the woo all energy? All right, so let's answer that one. We'll go back to Max's, and I'll swing back around.
So, you know, it's funny. I never felt anything. I actually, years ago, actually when I was in high school, crap, so that's a long time ago. But I went there for a few years to do a retreat for my church, actually. And don't ask me, I could get there, but don't ask me what hall we were in or what room we were in. But I never felt anything. I actually felt pretty good there, to be honest with you. Maybe it was because of the capacity, or maybe because I was in high school and it was more of a, I wasn't in tune the way I am now. I mean, this has happened my whole life, but I wasn't, you know, it wasn't one of those things where I was always aware. Excuse me. But as far as my, the only time I ever can say I had any kind of like an encounter or anything with aliens. Again, I was in like middle school or high school, and I lived 2 blocks away from the elementary school in the neighborhood. So, you know, the kids, just neighborhood kids, we'd always just go walk to the playground and, you know, hang out on the swings and do whatever. So I remember just swinging on the swings the one day, and we looked up and there was like woods behind, like there's a playground, but then there was a wood line that went behind the school, and flying over the woods was this. Do you guys remember the Flight of the Navigator? For those of you who are my age or older, it was like 1982, 1983. It was a Disney movie called Flight of the Navigator, where the ship would actually turn and it would pivot in the sky, and then it would turn a different shape. And it was almost like a raindrop that came kind of more to a point with the bulb on the end of it. It was the coolest thing. But so this thing actually looked like I looked up, and at first, because it was further away, it looked like a plane, but it didn't. But you just think, okay, it's the sky or it's too far away. But as it was lower, it was lower. And then as it came by, it wasn't going as fast as a plane would go. And it had a weird shape. I've never seen this shape before. It literally was like this point with this ball on the end of it. It was definitely not an aircraft, anything that I've ever seen or heard of. And actually, years later, I even described it to my husband, who was in the Air Force for 31 years. And he was like, no. And he worked on all sorts of aircraft over the years. Nothing. So that was the closest I've ever come. I know other people that have had it, but not myself. So
I've never heard that story. Well, that's interesting.
Actually, you have, but we won't go there.
Oh, was that with Ryan?
What?
We were with Ryan in Chautauqua, and he was talking about aliens and UFOs, and I got something like on the therm going past. It's definitely a bird of some sort, but it was like perfect timing. It was like, yeah, and things fly across that. And he was like,
oh, I think so. But you definitely have heard the story.
I gotta find that video. Oh God! But have I had any?
Nice try to recover from that.
Crazy UFO, crazy UFO or alien abduction kind of stuff. But you know, I'm gonna shamelessly plug that. You know, go look at the Phenomenon by James Fox. Buddy of mine, David E. West, was one of the cinematographers on that. It's on Tubi. It's on Amazon, and it never got to come out. During they were supposed to premiere it like at Cannes, and then COVID hit, so they never. So yesterday they actually got to premiere it in the theater in LA, but it's too awesome.
Not show.
So, and they have selective hearing. No, I'm old and deaf. So, And
Very good,
sometimes-
10.
Wow, it really doesn't want to go away. So, yeah. So as the aliens, no. Now, were you talking about Damon College? Is that what you were talking about? Haunted area there, Chris? Okay, because you were like, I'm a little slow to get there. All right. So, is the woo all energy Bigfoot puts out rolled up into egregore? Never heard the word. I'm gonna have to go look that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay, you're gonna have to
look up.
explain that one a little bit for us.
You know, artists.
This change of weather, I don't know about you guys, has my allergies and my sinuses so screwy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're looking it up.
Yep. It's
What
from
does
the
it mean?
French, from ancient Egypt, is an occult concept representing a non-physical entity that arises from collective thought or a distinctive group of people. So it's like a tulpa.
Wait, say that again, but read it a little more clearly.
An occult concept representing a non-physical entity that arises from the collective thoughts of a distinct group of people. So we're talking like a Slender Man, we're talking like a tulpa.
So we're talking like karmic energy, low level energy.
Yeah. I mean, that's
not intelligent. But if left unattended, eventually can manifest when there's enough of it, can manifest, but it won't be intelligent. Interesting.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that. But you know, Max, you and I have had to talk in the woods. There's a lot of other stuff that we don't understand. I've been picking the brain of a lot of primatologists and biologists lately, saying, all right, here's where we sit on the food chain. This is our little section of the food chain of that, you know, primate pyramid, when the actual whole family tree is this size. You know, these are two different glow sticks. I add 2 glow sticks here, at least not beef jerky fronts. But the you know, going back and I'm telling folks all the time now, let's go back and look at some of this this old stuff, you know. You know, the quote unquote red eye shine and stuff like that. Well, if we go back to Sololorus and all that, right, you know, they have it, you know, the primates aren't poisonous. Well, there are, you know, primates that are poisonous, you know, the the blonde, the red, the whatever, gibbons do. So we're always looking at other stuff that's there. Now let's go take a look at here we looked at the singing bowls there a couple of weeks ago with the TV show last week. Yeah, wow, so less feels like an eternity already. You know, frequencies. We look at, you know, stuff like Hemisync or those singing bowls or didgeridoo or the monks doing those chants or yogis hitting that vibrational tone. That stuff will mess you up. And there's different, you know, the government uses that stuff as, you know, dispersional stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So this whole thing, yeah, if you get an animal that vibrates or you get that feeling that something's off, you know, it's there, that whole infrasound, you know, oh, I'm in the house and I feel like the creepy spirits are here and I'm getting sick. And, you know, that's the first thing I do when I walk in the house. Show me where your sump pump is. Show me where your boiler is, because I want to know where the water's going, where that vibration's going through. It's the same thing. I'm looking for that stuff. So
yeah, whenever we go to do an investigation or something, you know, and he'll get there a little before me. Sometimes it'll be, I'll walk in. Oh, where's Mike? Oh, he's in the basement. Oh, he's in the attic. Oh, he's in the. Oh, good. He's the one getting dirty. I just get to walk through and do my thing. Absolutely. Don't encourage him, Melanie. No, I'm kidding. Anyone who wouldn't know him would be like, what the heck is this guy doing? But, you know, we all know you, love you, and know that you got all that stuff all.
I got a bag of stuff. I have a toolbox full of things over here, so I can just pull flashlights or more flashlights or glow sticks. Or
wait a second, because I want to go back here for a minute.
Cell phones. Oh, speaking of which, I might even pull animal hair out of here. This is the original hair we took samples of. That's kind of interesting. You never know.
I thought you were going to say you're going to pull your hair out. I was going to say you can't afford to. Don't do that.
No, it's gone.
Sorry. Okay. Anywho, so 10 had a comment though. Niagara County Jail is the worst I've experienced personally with malevolent spirits. That's enough for me to never go back. So 10, you want to come on and tell us about it? Because I would love to hear about that because I'm in Niagara County too. So that would be super cool. And actually, if there are areas that we can investigate, Mike and I would love to go. And I know other people who would love to go as well.
All right. Jen's got a quick question for you. Our Navy son was put in harm's way. I want to know if he'll be safe. And I'm going to start some of these comments so we don't lose him.
I really feel like he's going to be okay. I think your mom dar's kicking in, so try not to overthink it. You and I both know what it's like, military wives, military families. It's hard. So, your spirit guides are saying no matter what though, and I'm not predicting anything here. Take comfort and refuge in the fact that he made a choice so that really no matter what would ever happen, if anything would ever happen, that he would be doing what he wanted, what was important. He is being who he is supposed to be and doing what he's supposed to do. And what he's doing is so important and just so special. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So just try to breathe, mama.
He's here.
All right. What the heck?
See, you put it out to the universe. We get the man here. For those of you who are tuning in and haven't watched the show, go back and watch our shows with Matt Larson. Go look over at Central Florida Bigfoot's channel. I heard rumor that Matt wants to get away from doing his channel. Go over, take a look. The man is talking to all of us. He is figuring things out, and he's got an awesome channel, as well as some of the other folks here in this chat. But if I'm in Florida and I want to get out in the woods, I'm going to find Matt, and we're going to go have a good time. Because you know what? The best part of Bigfooting is getting out with your friends and enjoying. And who cares what the hell shows up? But damn, document everything that's there. That's the most important thing, so we can come back and we can take a look. Right. I've added more apps to my phone, more stuff to record, because the stuff is there. And you know what? If we find something,
you're not allowed to eat poppycock, Max.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. Yeah, no, poppycock puts me in a hospital. No, we can't do that. All right, so Patrick had a quick question, and then I'm going to swing back down to the chat.
Okay.
There's a theory that we're all aliens and Bigfoot are what was created here originally. Yes, I mean, Pat, that is there, and the documentation on that. Again, when we figure out every day, it seems, or lately, or every couple of months, we're finding new folks off the tree, and the tree has gone from a tree to a bush on what we've got for the people. Max Tesla, frequency and vibration. Yeah, man, if we really could have picked that man's brain from where we're at, I mean, let's put a couple of his coils up and stick something in the ground and transmit energy back and forth. He had so much stuff that we don't see, do. I saw somebody lifted and moved on a new mattress kind of thing just recently. Instead of medical staff having to really lift, it's an inflatable mattress basically, and they put them on and they're kind of moving them. And I'm like, is there a way that some of these stones, because we're going to go right down here to the Patrick's thing about Stonehenge, could that stuff been moved an alternative method? We obviously stones and poles and rocks and pulleys. Could they made of an air cushion and floated it somehow? I mean, I watched a bunch of kids making hovercraft really simple with some leaf blowers, you know. Again, what are we missing? What's out there? So look at the acoustical testing at Stonehenge. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff there. If you can find, and I'll try to find it somewhere, there's an amazing video taken. It's called a biofield imager of the stones at Stonehenge, and it almost looks like you're looking through the stones. That blue stone gives off a very interesting frequency, and a friend of mine that's into energy healing and crystals and everything like that, he had some of that video of them using this biofield imager and looking through the stones and actually picking stuff up. So, you know, those areas are very, very interesting on what you're going to get. So, yeah, Matt thinks Max is an alien. Again, could be. That could be a possibility, you know. So let's see, where are we going? We had some other. Jay wants to go.
Oh, to Niagara County Jail. Yeah, come on, 10. If you're up there, give us something.
Melanie says the Witch's Walk in Allegheny is spooky.
Really?
I can never seem to find the Witch's Walk, and it's right near Salamanca. And I wonder if it ties in with the tower, because that's where we found all those, you know, different symbols and everything that you didn't want to go anywhere near of that time we were down at Wildwood. And I think it is down near the Wildwood area in Salamanca. But
is it?
Yeah, the Alleghenies is an interesting thing.
Yeah,
so Patrick actually grew up in a haunted house.
Ooh, do tell. Come on.
We're always, yep.
Come on, we're close to Halloween.
All right. This sounds my kind of place. In the Saturation Inn in the caves, I've heard disembodied voices. Didn't scare me, but I'd go back again. You know, that's, you know, there you have. Do you go first to the caves, or you go to the pub and then go to the caves?
You can't.
That's my question.
Oh, yeah. Bad.
Yeah, that makes two of us right now. It is Tuesday, and I just turned off something. They were making wet burritos, and
Okay, so 10. Too many stories and things that happen.
Asked COs for stories. It was a female on the third floor, and CO said it was the least freaky floor, but refused to tell us the rest. She was working nights. Okay. You get into some of those places, there's some weird, funky stuff that happens in those type of buildings. Yes, you know, all that metal, all that concrete.
He said,
let's see, suicides in N and K is all I know. Definitely seen shadows of hanging is thrown in threatening ways. Walking.
Okay.
People getting them. Well, that's.
I need to go. I need to go in. I need to get in there.
Yeah, you think I don't.
I'm not sure you're coming with me on that one. You screwed things up.
Yeah, you didn't do so. We didn't do so well when we went to Mansfield.
No, I don't know. No. Nope, I'll never forget it. That's a story right there. That's a story.
The caves.
Can I tell it? Can I tell that story?
Sure, you can tell that story.
Okay, because your job's out.
I mean, it was a former career. Yeah, you can talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. So we stopped at Mansfield on the way home from the premiere of Mike's show in Ohio. A couple years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 21? A year and a half ago? Right?
Yeah, it's 2 years.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Holy cow. So we are in the cell blocks, right? And so Mike's
Jen says they have a lot of suicides there. Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
So
former career.
Anytime we go investigate anything, anywhere that is a place where people had to respect authority, or there were, police officers, or there was anyone in law enforcement in any capacity, right? Because of his background, it screws things up for me, because then nobody wants to come near me because, of his energy. So at one point, And this was actually, we went during the day. So this was like an open walk around, do your own thing kind of a tour. We're walking through the cell blocks and I was drawn to a couple and he got a phone call. So he walked away and I was actually called in to one of the cell blocks, or one of the cells by an entity that was in there. There was a guy in there. So here I go in and I'm standing like in the middle, next to the bed, and finally just getting in. He's coming around. He's starting to talk to me, whatever the case is. I'm just like going to make some headway. And all of a sudden here, no, no, I won't. I promise you. I won't, CO. No. And I turn around, there's Mike in the freaking doorway. I was so mad. I was like, what the heck are you doing? And he's got that little grin in his face, right? Like he always does. And he's like, what? So you were on the phone. He goes, well, I'm not on the phone anymore. Well, you just ruined it. Cause the guy was like really good about to talk to me. But I'll tell you, when I went with Behind the Shadows, and I filmed at a particular jail. You guys are not going to want to miss this episode. I can't say what, where, or how yet. But we had some pretty cool interactions because there are some of you who don't realize what can happen and what I can be capable of. And we had a spirit truly
driving me crazy. Oh, sorry.
Channel through me and kind of verbally went after one of my castmates. So that was pretty cool. And now it's a joke, So yeah, that was pretty cool though. So lots more interaction when Mike's not around in the jails and stuff. But yeah, I got to get in there. I want to get in there. Okay.
I was trying to find the picture and I can't find
which one?
I was trying to find, I had pictures from the jail and it's got to be on one of my 6 external hard drives.
But so you guys have to go and check out our episode of the Big Tree Inn when we went to the Big Tree Inn. Oh, that scared the bejesus out of both of us. Well, it didn't scare, but like it totally took us off guard.
Startled is pretty good.
Oh my God. Neither of us expected it. And we were live.
Yeah,
we were live when it happened.
And look for those.
So you guys will see us if you go look and search out our Big Tree Inn episode. You actually see us both like jump around the split screen and we're like, because there was a table in the adjoining room in front of us. And the only other person there was the person who let us in, and she was in a back office.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Yeah. So we were alone. So Mike
Big Tree Inn in Geneseo, New York. It's now what? There was a question where it was.
Okay. You tell it.
No. My backpack jumped off the table and that was about it. So
wow. Really?
Yeah. And I went flying. So
wow. All right.
So this is
there you have it.
All right. Oh, no, we don't want to share that one. We want to share this one. I used to be good at this.
Yes, he does, Max. Yes, he does. He can't even break himself from it.
There is looking
That's part of my problem.
I'm trying to see.
Hey, I didn't know you had that picture. What the hell?
Yeah. So, yeah, I was out here. She's right over here by the cell block. That's where it happened. But, yeah, that's inside there. That's from a couple years ago. That's another. She was in this here when I was around the corner. So interesting that the Gothic architecture and this and Attica that we always hear about are always pretty similar, or similar in architecture. Oh, we had more of them. Got to be in my other folder. That's the outside of it.
10. So, you're probably thinking of Big Tree Road out in Hamburg. We have a Big Tree Road. I don't know. There might be a Big Tree Inn or restaurant out there, but I know it's Big Tree Road. So maybe that's what you're thinking of.
No, I just walk. The Washington County Jail in New York, that was an interesting one. We did that. I did that years ago with Steve and Jack Kenna and Brian McCulley and Mike Dolans and stuff like that. That run DUN files and a couple of law enforcement guys going through. That was kind of an interesting experience. Everybody else is freaking out. We just walked through like, yep, okay, here's another day. That was the first time I found out that you can get a reflection of with a thermal in a mirror, because they had taken a section of the jail and converted it over to storage, and somebody had put an old mirror in the back of the cell. And I walked in with it's all pitch black, and I'm just walking with a thermal, and I turn with the thermal and look back in my little seat that goes in my phone. And there's a body looking back at me, and I'm like, we're the only ones in this area. And what and the guys are like, why is there a body? No, it just, for some reason, it was perfect. It took the reflection. And I don't know why it works that way, but it just happened to work that way. Lots of dorms. I'd ghost hunt, I think I'd be a little.
That's what they make poise pads for, Max. Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Okay.
I'll have your back on the ghost hunt. You can have my back on the Bigfoot hunt, because we all know that my partner has a really bad habit of leaving me alone. Take it off on me.
You use bait when you go hunting,
Yeah, so I've been told. You just wait. Your day is coming, my friend.
I have been left. Let's see. Oh, Jen's been to the Washington County one, Jen, or to the Niagara County one?
So Joe says he doesn't have a lot of spooky stories, but he has one. Let's hear it.
You want to come on live, Joe, and talk it, or do you want to stop it out here? Please like, share, subscribe, guys. Get the word out. We appreciate everybody's here tonight. So.
Yeah, please subscribe to our channels and get the word to help us get the word out that way for sure.
Now that we've made the transition, so yeah, folks popping in here, we used to be on.
Yeah.
It's not that we used to be. We chose not to be on the 8 different locations we were. So we were on like 5 different Facebook pages and the Twitter no. I want to bring the whole family, the whole audience to one place.
Yeah.
So we can talk. Okay, Jen's been to Washington County.
Oh yes, and like the video too. Thank you. Yeah, Joe, come on with us. He'll put the link in there. Come on in and talk with us. Yes, 10, thank you. Like the video too. Yes.
10, have we met in person?
I know. I want to know who you are.
And that's the only problem with YouTube compared to some of the other socials is who you're talking to.
Okay. Stick it up there.
I will do that.
Chop, chop.
Oh, no. I read that wrong. So, 10, at Western New York, Bigfoot, speech to text. I was like, Bigfoot speech to text? No, it's for Joe. Speech to text, not.
He doesn't want to tell us who he is. Why not? Do we know you? Oh, do we know you and you don't want us to know who you are? What's up with that? Come on. You've done that before.
Ray? No, it's not. Let's see. So Colette, I love Missouri State Penitentiary. It's a great building. Felt okay in there. Few EVPs. Cool. All right. Big Bad Joe. Come on up, buddy. How are you feeling tonight? You doing good, buddy?
Hi, Joe.
Joe?
We can't hear him.
Joe, the other fellow podcaster, you're muted.
No, he's not muted.
Yep.
He probably has to switch his.
I know, but I'm going to have to use the occasional language there. Yeah, I don't have him muted.
Mm-mm,
I'm gonna pull
he's
you
not
down
muted.
and we'll put you back up again.
Oh.
Yep. There
There
you
it
are.
is.
I
Yeah.
got it now. Yeah,
Hi.
hey, this computer sometimes, I don't know why I got to go back into my settings. Just sometimes for some reason, it mutes my microphone. And then I got
It happens to mine on
to
occasion.
unmute it.
too.
And it does it
Yeah.
at weird times, man. It's just, I mean, I love this.
And it's on.
Yeah, I know. I'm the rookie. I know.
He's the rookie.
This is a brand new laptop, was kindly donated to me by one of my listeners, and it's a great
Aw.
laptop. But for some reason, every now and then, out of the blue, the microphone gets muted, and I have to go in and unmute it. But anyway,
Right.
well, hi.
Hi.
Hi, brother.
Nice to see you again.
Joe is his real name. Is Joe his real name? You know, he was asking that last night quite a bit too, Mr.
Oh yeah, because I asked if Max Powers. I said, "Is that his real name?" It's a cool name, man. You know, you gotta love Max Powers. You know.
Oh yeah, that's like a huge stage name presence. Just
But no, yeah, Joe's my real name. Satch Squatch, however, is a different nom de plume.
Gotcha.
That's not the word.
So what's your story? I want to hear your story.
Well, let me begin with this. You know, you know me. I'm pretty skeptical when it comes to paranormal, supernatural stuff. But you freaked me out.
Who? Oh, me?
You, not me. Not me.
Saying, you know, because you got
go into the woods with me.
A spooky brain. You got a spooky brain, and I'll admit, man. I mean, I'm still impressed by it because you told me to fix my shed, and you had no way of freaking knowing that freaking shingles had blown off my shed. So something's going on there.
I totally forgot about that.
But
I have that
anyway.
effect on mine. I can't help it.
But yeah, the story, man. So I'm with one of my other good associates and friends, Gary Butenholler from New York Bigfoot Society.
Okay.
And Gary had contacted me and said, "Hey, this lady wants to come out and investigate. Somebody come out and investigate, and her place, and she has a place near Buffalo. Wants to investigate because she thinks she's had some Bigfoot activity going on around there." Well, I'm like, "All right, cool." He said, "You want to go along because it's not that far from you?" And I said, "Sure, man. It sounds like be fun, right?" Well, little did I know, not only was this place had possible Bigfoot activity, it's one of the most haunted freaking houses apparently around. And it's been written up, it's been on shows and stuff. So right, so this house apparently, you know, it used to be owned by a serial killer. Okay. And yeah, so let that sink in. So, and it's surrounded by basically a swamp. Okay.
And you drive down a nice dirt driveway, and on the left-hand side would be a barn.
Yeah, have you seen the place?
Maybe somebody hung themselves in.
Yeah. See. So anyway. Yeah.
No. Go ahead and tell you. Go ahead and tell your story, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, you know where the place is. So okay, so me and Gary go there, right? We meet the lady, and then all of a sudden she's talking about, you know, the house, and I'm like, oh great. Well, you know me, I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm pretty skeptical about ghosts and all that stuff. So I'm there to investigate Bigfoot. Let me get to the Bigfoot stuff. I'm not going in the house anyway. So we start looking around, and sure enough, man, we did find some indications that maybe she did have some at least seasonal activity going on around there, because I mean there was fruit trees, and I mean there was all kinds of food for Bigfoot.
Right.
And so we actually found a couple of things. Now I can't say 100% that they were Bigfoot tracks, but they certainly looked like they definitely could be. And I found a weird little thing that looked like a blind. Now I'm not saying that Bigfoot builds this blind. I'm not sure if they do that, right? But it did look like something had, you know, like the trees whether it was by natural or not,
Mhm.
whether the trees naturally did it and entwined themselves and kind of there was so in the summertime I could see this thing and the trees were still alive. They weren't dead and they were intertwined. And I could see, I'm like, man, in the summertime, because she had been complaining, she thought that something was in the woods and it would look into her backyard and watch her kids, because they had a big fire pit in there. And I know he knows what I'm talking about. So I find this thing and I'm like, that looks like something could easily hide behind it if she thinks something is watching from the woods. Something could be standing here when this is all covered in leaves and you wouldn't even see it, right? And so, and that was where we found one of the potential footprints. So as the night goes on, right, I'm all into Bigfoot now. All right, maybe there might be some Bigfoot activity going on.
Right, right.
Maybe we'll get some audio, maybe,
Right.
So it's dark. It's nighttime. And me and Gary are by the edge. And I have this, I don't know, it's not an expensive one, but it works pretty well. This parabolic mic, right? So I'm listening with that to see, because we thought we'd heard something off in the distance, not sure what it was. So I wanted to listen with the parabolic mic to see if it was some kind of howl or whoop or something like that, some weird noise that I'm not used to hearing, right? And so I'm listening with that, and I'm standing there, and Gary was about, I don't know, 10, 15 feet away from me, maybe. And from the left to my right, no. From my right going to the left, like this dark shape, shadow moved, right? Real quick, man. But I saw it, right? But there was no noise. So I'm like, that's not a deer. It's definitely not a Bigfoot. It was not a Bigfoot. I don't know what it was. It was, and then about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 10 minutes after that happened to me, Gary goes, "Hey, Joe." I went, "What?" He said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "See what?" He said, "There was a dark shape." I said, "Yeah, it just went by me going from my right to the left." He said, "Oh, well, it went from the left to the right for him, from my left to the right." And I went, okay. So now I'm getting, look, the hair on my arms is standing up now because of this, right? So I'm like, all right. So now I'm like, okay, this is okay. Not Bigfoot. So what is it? Are we both imagining this shit? But I'm listening with the parabolic mic after that, still listening for these whoops. And man, I swear to God, it sounded like something right up against the dish went. And that was it. I lost it, man. I lost it. It sounded like a real heavy sigh.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's it. I'm done, man. I'm like,
that's all it took.
I picked the headphones off. I'm like, Gary, I'm done, man. I'm done. He's like, what? And I'm like, dude, I just heard. I said, you didn't hear that, did you, just now? And he said, no. And I said, man, I just heard a sigh, heavy sigh, right? It sounded like it was right against the dish, man. And I'm like, I'm done, man. You're talking about this place is haunted. Okay, fine. I'm scared, but look, this isn't Bigfoot. And if it's not Bigfoot, then whether I'm skeptical, fine. But there's something going on here that's not Bigfoot. And I don't even want to know what it is, man. Because I'm thinking house is owned by a serial killer who killed a bunch of people and buried them all over the property. And I'm like, I'm done, dude. I'm done. That's it. Over.
Wow, that's amazing. So Mike has been to that place. I have not. I need to go there. I mean, I've been around the area. I've driven by it, but I've just never had the opportunity to go investigate it yet. And I definitely want to.
My conclusion is, she might have Bigfoot coming through there seasonally, but she definitely got some creepy ass shit going on there other than Bigfoot, man.
I can say
I don't know what it is. I don't know if I want to know what it is.
Oh yeah.
And you spoke to with Kathy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just that confirms the house. Yeah, that is the only house I will not go into. I talked to a guy that was there as a kid who was our size, Joe, and he started to cry like a baby.
Yeah.
When I mentioned that house, I watched like literally he had watched, he was what am I looking for? A major traumatic experience. Never seen somebody that affected. He's like, you don't go there. And he saw something with red glowing eyes look into the window with him and a couple of his buddies.
Man, I'd be done. I'm over.
I was, and there's historical accounts of Bigfoot there. One of the last major native battles before
there was
the white settlers took over the whole area.
Really?
I watched a black mass move along the back of the house. So I don't know if you guys were there, if they still had the security lights up, but we put security lights up, and I'm standing there. I'm walking up from the fire, and I watched this shadow just moving along the back of the house. So I start doing my thing where I'm like, okay, here's the light, put my flashlight up, trying to get that same dark look.
Yeah.
And I had two mediums walk up, and one's I can't think of the actual. It starts with an S. It's an Italian witch, and it was Michelle. And she started to do a prayer in Italian, and this thing, and swear at it, and it goes zoop, and it doesn't go to the window and stop. It went into the house, and I went, that's the effing reason I don't go in this house.
Not going in there.
And then her flashlight wasn't working, so I give her one of the tactical ones, that has the button on the back, where you actually have to depress the button to get it to work. And she goes into the house, and she went in with a guy, and I talked to him earlier because he had come to an event with us, and he talked to Culls about Bigfoot and how he and his brother-in-law across the street had this experience. So he goes in because he's a paranormal guy, and he came running out of there, about ripped the screen door off, got in his car, and left a trail down that driveway. He did not stop and look for any other cars coming the other way. I mean, you could still hear him a mile down the road dropping rubber and squealing to get out of there.
Oh my gosh.
Michelle came out, and she's like, your flashlight turned on in my pocket. I didn't sit down. I'm walking. It's not, it's not a mag light where you got to twist. You got to hit the tactical switch. And I still use that flashlight all the time. It does not turn itself on. And some of the original, that was the first investigation I took my niece on for tracks. And we got pictures, little baby tracks. Like Alex sent me one of the baby prints that David Ellis took up on the West Coast. Yeah. There's a lot of
that. Creepy, man. That place is creepy. And look, I let Gary talk to the lady because I was like, you're the lead on this, man. So you talk to her, you tell her our findings and etc. Because if it had been me, I'd have just done it while I was walking towards the car. I'd have been, you might have Bigfoot, and there's some creepy ass shit going around here, lady.
That I talk about finding deer pelvises in trees and stuff like that, and I took Christy along, and like within there was a 2-year cycle between in 2 different areas, I found deer pelvises stuck into the trees just slightly off trail. And I'm like, it could be walkers, but to find the same setup 2 years in advance. And we know some folks, that have done some, the major TV shows, or folks that work in the background for stuff. They won't go in the house. I watched a girl come out of the basement doing an investigation one night. One, I couldn't understand why she was wearing flip-flops. Again, I wouldn't go in there. And I was there like almost every weekend with one of our friends. Teddy's not in there. He could tell you some really creepy stuff about seeing stuff that they had on DVR, like crawling down the walls in there. But she came out with small animal vertebrae stuck in her flip-flops. Her friend's like, what's on your shoe? And she's like, I'm like, was somebody doing sacrifices in the basement? Because the house was abandoned for a while. Yeah, that is the creepiest. And the swamp it's in, for those folks who are listening, it has a very funky makeup. It's a area that it's covered in trail cameras. You have to have special permits to go into a lot of the areas. There's the species that are there only found there and nowhere else in the world, and plants and animals. It's not the creepiest place you've ever been, or you drive by, you get the creeps. I hate even driving anywhere near the swamp.
Yeah, it's creepy, man. And look, if it had been just like one of those things alone that had happened, I probably could have brushed it off as my imagination.
Right.
With both of those things, and then right afterwards, Gary saw this, whatever it was, except for he just saw it moving in a different direction than I did, and then all of a sudden that just, I could have brushed it off. It was just one, but it raised the hair on the back of my neck, and I was just, so I don't know what it was, man, but it creeped me out, and that is one spooky.
I will completely back you up on that one. Like I said, there are a lot of really good paranormal investigators who've been doing it a long time. Like people that, those are the people you go and say, hey, you ever had this wacky stuff happen? Like, yeah, we're not going in that house. No, we're not going anywhere. That's the one when you talk to the Catholic priest and say, hey, I need an exorcist. And the exorcist says, I'm on vacation that week.
Yeah.
That's what that house is like. Chrissy's like, we got to go. No, you don't need to go to that house. No, that house needs to be.
See, this is where we differ. That is who I am. That is what I do. You guys go out in the woods. You guys do whatever. I like to go, but that is my element, and the woods is your element.
No.
I mean, I go out in the woods and look for the other stuff, paranormal too. But I mean, I would rather run into the ghost than the Bigfoot any day of the week.
When we got Max and, back here talking about his Igoris. I know I'm not pronouncing that, but again, to talk about that whole manifestation. Folks like us going over there going, we're gonna go look for Bigfoot, and putting that out there, but the elemental that's there at that house, may show up looking like Bigfoot, but it is going to have some funky stuff. And again, we know who's been there, and I know who doesn't ever want to go back to that house. And I watched what that house did to some people. Like they consumed, like literally they had to go back. Like they dedicated their entire lives to that house. We talk about Hinsdale House being crazy and the stuff over there. Yeah. That house has got, we saw creepy shit go from there to Hinsdale once,
The funny thing is too, I didn't mention that, originally before we got there and stuff, and Gary was like, yeah, man, maybe if you want to camp out, overnight and etc., that he wasn't going to, because he had a longer drive than me, of course, and and I had even brought some stuff. I'd brought like a sleeping bag and a tent and or no, I think I brought my burrito is what I call it, my covered hammock.
Yep.
And and so I actually brought all that stuff, but after that, I'm like, no, I'm not camping here. I'm not camping out in here. Nope.
Well, and it's funny because before I really knew about this place, a friend of ours, where are you? Friend of ours, right? Remember we were talking to him, and I had picked up on some woman and described this whole thing and mapped out this area for him. I had no idea what area I was talking about. And I didn't know him enough at the time to even realize where he lived and what he was talking about. He just was like, hey, this is where I work, and something kind of happens around this area. And I just tug off with it, and come to find out later, it was those grounds.
Really?
The person I was picking up, right? Am I right, Mike? Wasn't that this? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and then, I mean, we have a lot of mutual friends that like ran the tours there, like two different groups of people, and yeah, everybody gets touched after going there, like literally, some kind of traumatic experience after, and the folks that kept going back over and over again, they got weirder by the like these are people you dealt with all the time. You're like, but you were like, where's the Bigfoot stuff? Because there's something here. I was there with. You're probably gonna, if they show up this weekend. I was there with a couple of law enforcement guys, and we were walking the hedgerow, and the one of the biggest skeptics of one of Steve's teams. It's like, I got to use a tree. Yeah, all right. He's walking. I'm like, I got my Nikon. I'm just meandering down the field. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this. Maybe, maybe not. And he's like, guys. I'm like, what? It's here. Whatever. You're the biggest skeptic. Blah blah blah. And then we hear splash and something run off in 2 feet into the swamp. And he comes running out of the woods. And this guy's a big guy, former law enforcement. He's trying to zip up his fly, not get anything caught while he's trying to, trying to get a hold of his gun, the whole thing. And he's grabbing his phone with the other hand, and he's like calling Steve going, dude, it's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. You need to get here. It's here, and he goes, I saw it run away. We went back a couple of weeks later. I'm with another group. We're walking through same exact area. It jumps out of a tree and out it goes. And we're like, that's not a bear coming out of a tree like that.
Right.
Yeah, bears don't jump out of trees anyway.
Right.
But I was like looking at the guy. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You got something. And all of a sudden you hear splash, splash, splash. And you're like, okay, well, this is the time to leave the thermal in the car. Well, it's the middle of the day. You're not going to bring it with you. But yeah, that kept me going for a couple of weeks back out to that place. And I'm like, not going. So
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we have somebody.
So anyway, yeah.
Let's see. Hi, Scott from Poland.
Wow.
Oh,
hello. Hi, Poland. Hello, everybody listening from Poland. Thank you for tuning in with us.
Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Would you like to tell us about that encounter from your side, or reach out to me later? Because this is a story, Joe, that you would absolutely want to hear.
Yeah,
this is about a South America.
I've heard of the Mapinguari. Yeah,
yeah. And Scott, I'm sorry about your loss with Craig. I know we're back on that time again.
I'm sorry.
Boy, yeah, you want to talk about that one? Please let us know. It's in the chat, or just throw me a message offline. The Shees will give you my email address, but I definitely want to hear his run through on that experience. That's you can go look at Ray's experience back on some other shows. Steve interviewed him and stuff. It's one of our guys. So this weekend we will be in Chautauqua.
Absolutely. Look, I'm gonna look forward to seeing you guys, man. Hopefully we'll get to do maybe a little bit of an investigation while we're there,
I won't be there. I hope you guys have fun.
I mean, the thing that's really exciting to me also is that, Steve was mentioning, he's like, yeah, man, and you can hang out afterwards and at the bonfire with everybody, and so I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'll really be able to get to have a one-on-one maybe with Meldrum. And I've spoke to him twice now in person, but it was at a couple of conferences and he got billions of people wanting to talk to him. So I didn't have a really good conversation, a long conversation. So this will give me that opportunity, hopefully. And I'm like you mentioned earlier, man, what it is that the thing I'm really excited about is, I want to hear Steve speak, definitely, because I love listening to him. But I really,
sorry, Joe, I'm not laughing at you. That poor guy, Jen. If you're here, you better let your other half know he's getting beat up here.
Oh, he's president for the rest of us.
But like you mentioned, man, I don't, if we do a little investigation, man, I'm not going out expecting anything to happen. I'm just going out just to, like you said, get out in the woods with a couple of good friends, man. And you know what? If something if something turns up, all well and good. If it doesn't, I'm still out there having a good time with you guys. And that's the fun.
I hope you guys have good weather.
Yeah.
It's been really bad here last week.
Yeah, it's
so. With that, I'll say I'll let you guys bring somebody else.
All
on,
right.
And,
thank you for joining us.
I'll be in the chat.
Joe,
Okay.
let everybody know where to find your channel.
Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. And yeah, I mean, anybody that's not already subscribed to it, man, if you guys want to subscribe, that's great. Check out the stuff I do on there, the podcasts. They're pretty cool. Matt was just on it last night. I think it was one of my best actual podcasts, man. I enjoyed that one really a whole lot. So,
and you got those sightings, guys, in Western New York.
Yeah, my phone number is listed on the page, man. You can call me anytime if you have a sighting. I'd be more than glad to come out and take a look around, and that's because that's what I do. That's what I used to do.
She's picking up on something.
But
Joe, she's picking up on something.
Great.
I heard it in her voice. Sorry, dude.
Wonderful.
So you don't want your message?
Sure, give it to me.
All right. So your father's passed, correct?
Yes.
What was his first name?
Jay.
Spell it.
Jay.
Okay. All I know is I got this overwhelming feeling like your dad was around me. I can't see him. He's communicating in a certain way. So that tells me he was not able to communicate either effectively or at all at the time he passed, whether it was 2 minutes or 6 months, it doesn't matter. Is that correct?
I don't understand.
So he wasn't. So at the time your dad passed away, he was unable to communicate either effectively or at all.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I wasn't there when he did. So
okay.
I mean, I was like halfway across the country when it happened. So
okay. So big. Well, first, like I felt like it was almost like a big warm hug from behind. Does that make sense to you? He came up on me from behind.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't really a physical huggy guy.
Okay.
But I mean,
But making his presence known and being there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because he came up from behind me.
Bum is what he called me when I was a little kid.
Okay. So it was very simple.
My little bum.
Your little bum. So what it was I saw somebody jump. And what I got from that was you need to take the plunge. Do you understand? Like, I feel like there's something you need to do. And I feel like you probably are pondering something. And I feel like you probably are or entertaining an idea or whatever the case is. You need to take the plunge. You need to jump into it.
Okay.
Do you understand that? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to do it. And he's going now, not later. You don't take any more time to think about it because you're like, well, I need to wrap my head around this. And I don't know, maybe I'll look into it a little more. He's like, no, just do it because you already know and it's going to work out. You have to do it now or you're going to miss the opportunity.
Huh. Wonder if it has anything to do with Bigfoot because he's the one that pointed out the show to me when I was 14 years old.
Whatever it is that you're thinking about or whatever it is you're interested in doing or looking into doing, you need to just do it.
Maybe he's trying to tell me I'll see Rasta again if I go out there. I don't know.
I don't know. That's your message.
That is a very, very, very interesting area. Yes. And I feel very honored, Joe, that you actually took the two of us up there to kind of me and Paul and show us that area. I mean, that area It definitely is got some interesting, and we've actually been digging around close to there recently and seen some interesting stuff. So one of those last minute where we're getting in the car and go, and that's when you were covering there. But
yeah, I've done like a whole lot of different like reports from around that general area, all around in there, you know, that includes all those the other place that we went to too nearby.
Yep.
It includes that area and even going out west towards Cuba.
Yep.
So yeah. So cool.
Interesting.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, brother. Be safe.
Thanks for coming on.
And I'll see you this weekend.
Yes, have a fabulous weekend. Nice. You have a great show. Yeah. Have a good night.
Buddy. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Yeah, guys, go over and take a look at his channel. I mean, look at his channel. Max is in here. You know, Matt's in here. Yeah, there's some great Bigfoot channels. They're always, you know, a good bunch of guys. Great, you know.
But I think what I like about these guys is in particular is that, and not like I'm like, you know, well versed in all this stuff on your end of things, but you know, I've listened to some of my, well, mainly because you've made me listen to some of my fair share of different podcasts.
Our friends are on, or you get stuck listening to them, you know.
But no, seriously, I really feel like these guys, Matt and Max and Joe, and you know, they are some of the more down to earth. And Steve, you know, like it's easy to listen to them. You know, so for someone like me who is interested, who does dip my foot, you know, every so often, or well, a little more than ever so often, but you know, I'm not in the woods with you guys like you guys are, but it's enough where I want to be able to listen and participate. It's easy to listen to because sometimes when it gets too involved, some of these guys out here don't always present things in a way where someone like me could come in and understand or want to listen to it. It's almost like having a normal conversation, and that really helps a lot. And they're just fun and easygoing, and it's just good time to listen to them, but they know what they're talking about too. So it's really,
you know, I think our big thing is, and I enjoy getting out with these guys. These are guys I go out in the woods with. I think want to get out in the woods with, because it's the friendship and hanging out there. And you know, Joe brings his dog, our other buddy brings, you know, his, and you know, we can chill out there. I wish I could bring my two knuckleheads, but
could you imagine?
They would find Bigfoot and then leave me probably if there were any cookies involved. You know, it's
funny.
But it's the practical sense of passing what they've learned or they've done along to the next generation. And Joe's been doing it a long time, and I met him years ago, and it was just crazy. We'd bounce, and again, Whitehall brought us together, and you know, we're only 15 minutes down the street from each other, and we're digging through the same area. Scott, I definitely, you know, thank you guys for tuning in, especially this time in the morning in Poland. I really want to hear, you know, your run, and I know I'm repeating myself on that one. You know, and you know, our buddy who does like to ghost hunt with a 10mm. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to find one of those, you know, retro Ghostbuster, you know, plasma cans or whatever, like you said there for him.
PSA, everybody, you cannot shoot a ghost with a gun. It just does not work.
No.
I don't care what kind of gun you have. I don't care what you're aiming for. It ain't going to happen.
I should get him a squirt gun with holy water. It might work. But God,
oh, we love you.
You know,
love you, Ray. Yeah.
And actually, I need to set him down with Joe. And
yes,
because I got some
common
knowledge on that area. Man, 9:30 already. Wow.
I know. All right. So recap. This Sunday, I will be in Buffalo, New York at the Banshee Psychic Fair at the Banshee Irish Pub.
Banners. There we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Giving private readings. So come out and see us all. There will be a whole bunch of us there. Vendors, the whole bit. On the 16th of November, I am offering my Meet Your Spirit Guides online workshop. So you can be anywhere you want to be to take this workshop. It's really fun. We have a good time. It's discussion, it's some meditation, and don't worry, it's not like meditation like you think. It's guided. I do it for you and with you. The last group I did it with had a great time. So it's a good evening. So,
and again, I didn't make a slide because it's not my event, but and I'm not speaking. I'm going because it's an awesome time, and that's Peter Weimer's. I've seen Bigfoot, the Chautauqua Lake Bigfoot Festival in DeWittville, New York, and I think I think I put a link over on my Insta, or no, it's over on my Facebook. I put it on the Insta. The Small Town Monsters, the Beyond the Trail that Alexander Petikoff did. With Eli Watson and myself and Steve Culls and Emily from the Forest Floor and Levi from the Forest Floor. It's a great time, guys. If you're looking for some really cool scenery, they got some great drone footage of the mountains. But those guys there's another bunch of guys and girls I like getting out in the woods with.
Yeah.
You go out for a hike. Oh, what did we find? Guess what? We've got thermal of this, or we showing those guys how to use UV light for different, biological plants, animals, and
Hold
stuff.
the phone.
So,
all right, listen. 10, if you come to that Banshee and you don't tell me who you are, I'm going to have a conniption. Come on, promise me you're going to introduce yourself and tell me who you are. Look, it's probably somebody we know too, right?
It's probably, or
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to be on more often. We're working on getting our schedules bounced around. We actually have a straight schedule, so my schedule's not going to be bouncing. Her schedule's not going to be bouncing, and we'll be out at a lot more events. We'll try to do quite a bit.
Plus, with the filming and stuff, we'll be taking a break. Well, hello.
Oh my goodness, he finally showed up. And yes, we got to get Ray. He's got a new place we got to go.
All right.
Oh, he left some trail cams at the crazy place. Melanie, yes.
Okay.
I only know you guy through here.
Oh, all right, 10. So I said if he needs to introduce himself to me. All right, so we'll take a selfie. All right, we'll take a picture. So you got to tell me who you are.
Ray, we got to get in the woods this weekend again. Chautauqua Lake. We'll be down there. Please go look over at Small Town Monster stuff, guys. They just got some great stuff.
And make sure you start checking out Behind the Shadows Decades on YouTube here, and also on Imperiflix, because the episodes that we have filmed will be coming out. I'm not sure when, but you want to catch up on all the different seasons. It's been out for a long time. So, and I was actually on the Clinton Bar and Grill episode from, oh my gosh, 7 years ago already. It's crazy. I only shoot a bad ghost. Ray, you're killing me. Ray.
Well, now he knows I can't. I'm gonna get him a little spray bottle of Sage that.
Can you please?
I think I got to make a couple more up. So,
okay,
guys, had a great time tonight. I appreciate all of you. Please like, share, subscribe. Like I said, the transition is here. We are YouTube now, or we are not YouTube. We are on YouTube.
There you go.
I don't even think I look at my Facebook account that much anymore. Maybe
no, you don't.
Yeah. So Instagram, just social media, and we're not going to go down that whole do we deal with aliens or whatever, because I think that AI kind of is a little crazy of what we get because of socials. Awesome. Thanks, Ray. Give him my phone number. Melissa, thank you.
Melissa. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for watching us tonight and tuning in.
Yep. All right. I'm mumbling.
Yes, you are. All right, everybody. So I will post the next show coming up here. And maybe we'll try to throw a reading show in for Halloween. Maybe we'll, depending on Mike's work schedule here, maybe we'll try to do a reading show before Halloween here.
Okay.
But All right. So yeah, keep your eye on our pages. Keep your eyes open for the advertisements, and we'll get it up soon. All right, everyone. So in the meantime, stay safe
and sample on.
Good night.